It's time to fire them off for a second day of a two-day show here at the track that Action built, Fremont Speedway in Fremont, Ohio. Good evening, everybody. I'm DC Bash. Welcome to Dirt Zone 2001. Wild things going down here last night in the A-Main feature. First of all, Kenny Jacobs looks like he's going to take off, get his sixth feature win. Mike Wagner, who hasn't had a feature win here yet, catches him to get the lead. Then keep it in the family. Dean Jacobs takes off. He's running off with things and spins out. Lo and behold, Mike Wagner hangs on, as you never give up in these A-Main races. Mike Wagner getting his first win with the All-Stars. Here we go. It's time to rock the house. The second day of a two-day show. $6,000 to win tonight. Let's rock it, folks. Let's throw it up top. All right, the All-Stars back for the second night of two nights of action here at Fremont Speedway. John Ivey showed us the way around the track last year. What are the keys to winning this event tonight?
Well, you got to start out with a good qualifying time, naturally. You know, that's a big deal when the All-Star guys come in. Last year we set fast time and got to start up front with them. That made a big difference.
You are always rough and tough on the All-Stars. Why in God's name aren't we seeing you out here full-time with us?
Well, probably lack of funding. You know, it takes a lot to do that deal full-time, plus, you know, working still. If I could quit my job, it might be a different story.
You got a brand new chassis here, brand new car. The good old blue one, you wadded it up down at KC. You're still a little sore from that?
A little bit. You know, you bottom out every now and again. It still gets a little stiff in the neck. But, yeah, I like this new Eagle. It was pretty good last night. You know, we was running right up there to front and got tangled up in that mess there at the end with 3 laps to go and couldn't finish. But we was happy. We started 10th, was up to like 7th, I think, when that happened. So that always counts when you go forward. You're
the track champion here at Fremont Speedway, so definitely some proving to do. The All-Stars don't come in here and push you around. At least that's the way it looks to me.
Well, you know, you like to be able to run with them guys because they're the best around this area. So when they come home or come to my home track, you know, it always makes it a little bit more comfortable for us.
Okay, good luck tonight.
Thanks, guys.
John Ivey, defending winner of last year's race here tonight at Fremont Speedway. Well, we haven't talked to the 3-time defending All-Star champion in a couple of weeks because, well, not a lot's been going on in your life that you want to talk about too much, I know, but the point margin's starting to widen just a little bit between you and Chad Kemenah, but you're still running towards the top, Kenny. How's it been going the last couple of weeks?
Well, we've had a fast race car. We got disqualified one night, you know, and last night we got taken out there towards the end, and it's been tough for the last 2 weekends. We got an awful fast race car, just didn't show on the end result.
I was going to say last night seemed to be survival of the fittest here. Dean looked like he was running off with the thing, and all of a sudden he spun out. You and Byron got together there at the end. It looked like both of you were going to make a challenge on Mike Wagner. Give it up to Mike Wagner getting his first All-Star win, but you don't like to let any of them go by, and great drivers drive hard, and that's what happened, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's for sure. You know, I thought when I got into second there I might have a shot, and that second didn't last very long, about a straightaway, but that's the way it goes. You know, we're back here tonight, and the points margin, you know, we may not even be able to close it now. We got to have some luck, and I thought before that our skill would win a championship for us, and it won't win it now. I mean, with only 3-4 races left, we got to have some luck now. So a lot of champions have a lot of luck, so let's just hope we have some luck.
A lot of these young guys, Kenny Still, we've talked about this earlier in the season, but, you know, you're going to tangle with these guys sometimes, but I know from the bottom of my heart they still look up to you. You're a seasoned pro. They all emulate you all they can, and that's got to mean something to you.
Well, it does. You know, I don't. In a way, you don't like to be considered a seasoned pro. It means you're getting old, but I feel good about my year. I mean, we've raced real hard. I'm probably racing as good right now as I have in several years. You know, I have a race car that fits my style, and it's made me a better racer all of a sudden, and I feel good about myself. You know, like Danny Smith told me last night, maybe I just aren't supposed to win it this year. Who knows?
Let's talk about the 1,200-pound rule real quick. It hasn't been your friend the last couple of weeks, but it hasn't dinged you every time, but it's cost you a little money. What's been your emotions after that, and is it still a good rule in your mind?
Well, it's still good ruling, you know. The Sharon deal was just taken out of our hands. We blew a radiator hose off. We lost 15 pounds in water right there. We were 4 pounds underweight. My car's about 1,210 pounds. So that's dry. That's with no fuel in it. So, you know, to have bald tires, no fuel, no water, somebody didn't want us to win that night. I think the 1,200 pounds is a good rule, and sure, I'm probably the only one here that has bit this year that's really made any difference in anything. It's cost me a lot of money, but then again, it's our duty to get a 1,200-pound car, so I can't blame it on anybody. You know, our car just wasn't 1,200 pounds. So I think the rule's good. I think it'd be good for the future. I don't feel like this point in time it's saving anybody any money at all, but I think down the road that it will.
Kenny, listen, good luck here tonight. It's always great to talk to you. Thanks a lot.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, Kenny Jacobs, 3-time defending champion and very seasoned pro with the All-Stars. Back to you, Rick. Well, it looks like he's come back with a little resolve tonight. Point leader for the All-Stars here, Chad Kemenah, winner of Heat 1 and fast qualifier. Not looking bad so far.
Nah, so far so good. Last night we had a pretty good run, just kind of stayed in there and we finished, and that's what we got to do in this game right now is just keep finishing.
You got this new Eagle chassis. Usually takes a couple of more races than we're seeing it come in, but looks like it's gelling for you real nice here.
Yeah, so far we're really, really happy with it. Brian, my brother, my mechanic, he talked to Jerry quite a bit here in the last week, Jerry Russell from Eagle Chassis, and he's kind of just really helped out. This deal is pretty quick.
Okay, want to Want to punctuate 41-point lead now over Kenny Jacobs. You may have just iced the cake on this season championship.
We never ice the cake. About November, I'll let you know if we ice the cake, but that's not the way we want to beat him. He's had some misfortune things here in the last few weeks, and we've been fortunate enough on the other end to take a little bit of advantage of it.
It was April when you got a checkered flag here. You want to do it tonight?
Yeah, we're going to sure try, bud.
Good luck in the A-Main, Chad.
Thanks.
Chad Kemenah, winner of heat number 1. Back to you, Rick.
Wish a happy 8th birthday to Nick Owen and a happy anniversary to Amy and Dave Siski. Also, happy 40th birthday this Tuesday to Mary Kramer.
The man that always seems to find a fast way around this track no matter what the condition, Mark Keegan, winner of Heat 2. Nice run.
Thank you very much. The thing with winning the second heat, we didn't get qualified real well, so we're going to start back a ways in the feature, but we get this car dialed in, we'll come to the front.
You look pretty fast out there last night. This track much faster. Tonight it's like an ice rink again, but you seem to get it done. What's the trick with getting that horsepower down to the track?
Well, it's throttle management, really. You just got to really be careful on the throttle and not spin the tires. Keep the car underneath you.
All right, Mike. Good luck. Mark, good luck in the A-Main.
Thank you.
Mark Keegan, winner of Heat number 2. Back to you, Rick. is winner of heat number 3, Byron Reed. I quote you last night. You said you're going to win tonight.
Well, I still say I'm gonna, but boy, if I do, I'll be real happy because, I mean, this place is. I love this racetrack, but the only thing I hate about it is it really gets slick in qualifying, and sometimes I was in trouble before I even turned the lap because I drew the number 55 pill, and it's just really tough to get a good lap when it's that slick. I mean, it's actually impossible. Gonna start about 20th in the feature. Still say I can do it, but it's gonna be pretty spectacular if I do.
Good luck in the A main.
Thank you.
Byron Reed, winner of heat number 3. Back to you, Rick.
The United States has phone numbers racetrack. They are $9, so you see those on sale. You travel along with the All-Stars, make sure you get a copy of that. Also, along with the National Speedway Directory, the National Sprint Car Annual, that's on sale for $5. A lot of photos in that. Over 3,000 drivers. And that's the National Sprint Car Annual on sale. Now your stands at $5. I'd like to wish you a happy 6th birthday to Brandon Moore on Tuesday. Alvin Rookie, John Ivey going to face him off with turn number 4. 10 laps, top 5.
Feed number 4, we talked to him a little bit earlier, Kenny Jacobs. You look pretty good out there.
I got a pretty good race car right now. Yeah, we're changing a couple things for this dash. Let's see if we go too far or not far enough, and we'll see what happens after the dash.
This track can change so many times during a season. Last night it was great. Tonight it's like an ice rink again. I've been asking the guys all night, how in God's name do you get the car to respond to you in these kind of conditions?
It's a really tough deal. I mean, a lot of it's in the mechanic's hands now, and the driver's got to drive a heck of a race too. You got to be really, really slow on the throttle and just be conscious of what you're doing. And I guess with age you get a little better at that.
You've been running for a lot of years. The checkered flag perhaps has eluded you here at this track the most. You got a checkered flag here earlier this year, but you got to want to put some checkered flags on this track at Fremont.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, this track, I've only won one race in my career here, and I feel pretty confident here this year. We've got a car better here, and we have a good car tonight. I have a shot at winning tonight. I got to start back just a little bit, but I think in 40 laps we can get there.
Kenny, good luck.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, winner of heat number 4, Kenny Jacobs. Back to you. throttle up. How about it, Butch Schrader, man? All 140 pounds of you, taking that American Racer tire again to victory lane here at Fremont Speedway with the All-Stars.
I'll tell you what, last night we learned a little bit on the tires, and it really paid through tonight. We still ran with the same tires we had last night, but we just did a little things different with them, and the car was awesome. I never got to open the throttle up all the way. The thing would come off the corner straight and just go, go, go. I was hoping I had as big a lead as what these guys are telling me I did. It just felt good. But you never know, so I kept going as hard as I could. But if you go too hard, then you're skating and, you end up going slower. But it must have been our night tonight.
The whole night, everybody's been struggling on how to get the horsepower down to the track. You figured it out. After that last yellow, there was no question about it. You left these guys at home. What was the difference?
Never opened the throttle up all the way. I just was idling around just a little bit above idle.
You found a home in the Stan Quartet team. You got to love what's happening right now. Going to see you out with the tour all year next year, I hope.
Well, I doubt that we'll be on the tour, but we're running with the All-Stars a lot. I love the All-Stars. I want to be there.
Great A main win tonight. Let you enjoy it. Butch Schrader, good job.
Thank you.
All right, back to you, Rick. All right, Rob Cheney, second place tonight. Kenny just about got you at the end, but you made your case in this Jack Eldon Sprinter, man.
Yeah, we've been really fast ever since I got in this car. We just haven't finished in much races, so hopefully we can get on track and start doing a little better here.
It's got to feel good. I was going to say you've been struggling last couple of weeks a little bit, but as we head on down the stretch here, it looks like you guys are really starting to dial this car in.
Yeah, I think we are. I've got a lot of confidence in Gene Jenkins and Billy Gall, the whole crew. Jack Eldon gives me the equipment we need to win, so all we've got to do is finish the race.
Got to be no love lost there with the, I know things ended pretty well with the Stan Quartet team, but that number 9 was in front of you. It's got to make you want to hunt a little harder, huh?
Well, you want to beat anybody. My hat's off to those guys. They did a great job. They were way faster than we were. They just beat us. They were better, so, it doesn't matter who's in front of me. I'm going to try and beat them, but we didn't have anything for them tonight.
It's always good to see you in victory lane, Rob. You're a great driver, and you've been doing great on this tour this year.
Okay, I appreciate you guys being out here.
Rob Cheney, second place tonight. Back to you, Rick. Third place finish tonight, Kenny Jacobs. I'll start with this. Did you make weight?
Well, when we pushed on scales, I said, I bet it weighs 1285. Weighed 1282. So, you just don't use any fuel here. We got more than half a tank of fuel left in the car.
You had to feel a little bit bad tonight. 8th place you had to start from, and getting to the front had to be a chore for you, but by God, you made a run there at the end. It's third. It'll do, huh?
I'll tell you what, it is really tough when the track's slow because it takes 4 or 5 laps to get by one car, and it wouldn't matter where I started. We couldn't beat Butch Schroeder. Butch Schroeder had an awesome race car tonight, and he was a class of the field. We had a good enough race car to run second, and I didn't drive it good enough. I ran third. So, but our cars, second, third, fourth, fifth, all those cars were so equal. It was just a break here and a break there, and you gained a spot. And I'm not complaining a bit. We had a lot of luck in that race to run third.
All right, down the backside we go. Lawrenceburg next week. Eldora for the big challenge. And then, of course, back to East Bay to wrap this thing up, man. You're so close.
Well, Lawrenceburg is probably my favorite small track, so I look forward to going there. Eldora is my favorite big track. So 2 of the tracks we're going to I really like. I haven't been to Florida with tires that are competitive for 10 years. I'm going there with Hoosier Tires on, and we're going there to win that $30,000 no matter what happens in this point deal.
All right, Kenny, a great driver, and third place. Let you enjoy it anyway. Good job.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Kenny Jacob, number 3 tonight. Back to you, Rick.